Welcome to the channel, Hayward here. Are things in your system always nagging at you and bothering you? Like you're just never happy with your autofocus system, or your color science isn't as good as that guy's over there, or your lens just always seems to focus slow. Are you that photographer? I have a question for you. Do you think for 1 second there aren't thousands of photographers out there using the equivalent of what you have or worse to produce absolute master work? There are, and it's extremely humbling. Let's be honest here. Great photography has been produced on equipment like this. This is what I started on back in the day in the 70s. I'm that old. It's okay. I mean, I used to love this little guy. Do you think for 1 second that I thought to myself, God, this focus doesn't work as good as that focus, or this or that, or this or that? You can always compare yourself to death, but all you're doing is keeping yourself from doing photography, and you're keeping yourself from doing great photography. Whether it was this guy back in the 70s or my mirrorless camera today, the last thing I think of when I'm creating my photography is what my system can't do. Because instantly that brings you down a well of negativity and just kills your creativity at the time when it should be at its highest. You do this for the love of it, right? Photography, you love doing this. I did back then, I do now. So why would you kill it with negative thoughts that really have nothing to do with what you're trying to do, and that's create a photograph? Photography is kind of strange in the artistic world. I think I've mentioned in other videos, I'm a painter as well. I love to paint. But photography is a little different. You have to work on two levels. Well, I guess in every art you do. It's the art and the craft, and they're hard to separate, but your brain doesn't have a problem separating. Your brain really likes to run to one side or the other, depending on the mood you're in, it seems to me. And I'm trying to put into words what I think about this. When I'm doing photography, if I'm not visualizing the final product, what it looks like, how it feels, the impact, this, that, the other thing, all the soft, squishy things, I'm in the craft side, the technical aspect of how to get there. And you need to do both, but you need to not get stuck in one. You need to not get stuck so far on the art side that you don't know how to do the craft. But the real problem I see in a lot of photographers, and I fall there sometimes too, is the craft side is really seductive. I mean, like back in the day with this guy, boy, you talk about seductive. I mean, you see film making a resurgence. There's a good reason why. This is really tactile, right? You change f-stops, you hear those clicks, right? You change shutter speed, it's tactile. Man, even taking an exposure, what a great sound. I mean, it's such a great sound, they imitate it in cameras today, right? Cameras today is more like programming a computer than what I just showed you there. But it's seductive. It's easy to get stuck there and leave the poor artistic side alone. And one of the symptoms you'll find when you're stuck in the craft and equipment side is that you start comparing things. You start saying, wow, this would be nice if, or I can't do this because. And there's this little blame going on. Well, that's holding me back, or this is why I can't. No, it's not. That's absolutely not true. It may be more difficult, but like I said, there's a lot of other photographers who have found a way to do it and found a way to do it great. Today, even photography has gotten to the point where even this is able to produce some great imagery. There are some photographers I follow who use iPhone for some of their photography, and I'm going to be honest with you, they produce some work that I would struggle to do with my full system. It's really humbling, right? So the answer isn't to dive in and see what are all the technical things of how they're doing it. I assure you, if you're doing phenomenal work worthy of that good with an iPhone, it's not because of the iPhone. It's because of the eye and the artistic sense. This video is supposed to be an inspiration to you, a pick-me-up, a pick yourself up and get great, damn it. You can do it. Right? It doesn't matter what piece of equipment you're using. I know you can do it. We all can do it. I was told at a young age, if one person can do it, you can do it. Well, I'm telling you, if anybody can do it, you can do it. I hope this little pick-me-up video is something useful for you. I hope you've enjoyed it. Until the next video, cheers.